Over the past few days, viewers, Ethiopian government seems to have adopted a new narrative about Tigray war, especially after the start of this intensified fighting. Now, Ethiopian government is adopting a new narrative for international community and for its support base. What is this new narrative? Before having a look at this new narrative, two other important developments. Firstly, yesterday some Tigray supporters claimed that an Ethiopian MiG-23 had been shot down over Chile. Some viewers contacted me as well, some commented, they asked about this development. Since yesterday, I've been trying to confirm, but so far no confirmation, viewers. No pictures, no videos, no statements from any locals on ground as well. If a plane is shot down, definitely debris falls somewhere. So far, no signs of any debris falling anywhere. Therefore, up till now, it hasn't been confirmed that a MiG-23 of Ethiopian Air Force has been shot down over Chile, viewers. Earlier, C-130, which was shot down to the west of Mekelle, over Samri, I think, that was confirmed. We had pictures, videos, then several accounts which monitor aviation related developments, they had also confirmed. But this time, no confirmation from any source so far. Secondly, viewers, Ethiopian Air Force has intensified its airstrikes on Tigray in Chile, in Zambia, in other areas. Ethiopian Air Force has conducted airstrikes. Now, what would be interesting to see is the strategy of TDF. What will TDF do? Will it adopt a defensive strategy? By defensive strategy, I mean that TDF will deploy air defense systems. It will deploy its anti-aircraft guns, fighters with man-pads, and this sort of weaponry. Now, Tigray Defense Forces do have anti-aircraft weapons, though most of these weapons are effective against low-flying aircrafts. It would be a defensive strategy to deploy only air defense systems in the form of man-pads or anti-aircraft weapons. Offensive strategy would be to hit the areas, the airports from where these aircrafts are flying. We know that in the past, Ethiopian Air Force used Amhara region's airports and Asmara airport as well. If you remember, in the second week of November 2020, Tigray Defense Forces had launched rockets on Asmara airport, Bahirdar Airport, and Gondar Airport. Back then, the airports were being used for carrying out airstrikes on Tigray. Same is the case now, though we don't have confirmation, but several sources claim that activity of Ethiopian Air Force at Bahirdar Airport has increased over the past few days. So these airstrikes which are being conducted now, it's very likely that some airports in Amhara state or Arati are being used. And an offensive strategy on the part of TDF would be to fire long-range rockets and missiles to hit these airports. So it remains to be seen. Will TDF adopt a defensive or an offensive strategy against these airstrikes? Secondly, I have received several emails about the videos I did on Sikota, viewers. I informed you about ENDF reinforcements which were targeted by Tigray Defense Forces. I received some emails from ENDF supporters who claimed that there was no fighting in Sikota town. And the fighting occurred on Tigray-Amhara border areas. While TDF supporters claim that Tigray Defense Forces, they managed to enter Amhara state towards Sikota. But both the sides are confirming that Ethiopian National Defense Forces, their reinforcements, which arrived at Lalibela airport. From Lalibela, they moved towards Sikota. And from Sikota, they moved towards Abergele on Tigray Amhara border areas. And there, fighting took place, and TDF claimed to have inflicted heavy losses on a commando brigade of Ethiopian National Defense Forces, which was moved from Oromia. So both the sides are confirming that fighting did take place. END supporters say on Tigray Amhara border areas. TDF say they penetrated Amhara state towards Sikota. Lastly was new Ethiopian government's narrative about Tigray war. Since the start of this new offensive, now Ethiopian government is openly saying that Western countries, other countries are backing TPLF. Prime Minister of Ethiopia 3 days ago gave an interview. In that interview, he also said the same things. He said that other countries wanted to topple his government by backing TPLF. Then yesterday we saw a picture of a Finnish journalist with Getachorida. The Finnish journalist, a lady, managed to gain access to Getachorida. And since yesterday, again, this narrative is being launched that Western journalists, Western NGO workers are being sent to Tigray, and they are helping TPLF. I'll share the clip of PM Abiy Ahmed in which he claimed that his government that an attempt was being made to topple his government by backing TPLF. But before that, when Abiy Ahmed government launched this war, what did the US say? It's on record now that Chris Coons, US Senator, contacted PM Abiy Ahmed before the start of this war, and he warned Prime Minister of Ethiopia against starting this war. So the West, I don't know about the West, but the US did contact Ethiopia. It warned Ethiopian government against starting this war in Tigray. So it's not the West or the US which told you to start this war. This war was started by Ethiopian federal government in collusion with Eritrean government. You cannot put the blame on the West, on other countries now when TPLF and TDF have an advantage. Watch this video clip of PM Abiy Ahmed in which he is saying that other countries want to topple his government by backing TPLF. Thank you for watching.
ትግራይ ክልል ውስጥ ከ70% በላይ አርሶ አደሮች ምርጥ ዘር ቀርቦላቸው እርሻ ውስጥ እንዲገቡ ሰፊ ስራ የተሰራ ነው ታውቃላችሁ ብዬ አስባለሁ። ይሄም ሆኖ ትግራይ የሚመረተው ምርት ለትግራይ ህዝብ በቅቶ አያውቅም፣ አሁንም አይበቃም። እሱን እናግዛለን። ነገር ግን ረሃብ ሊገባ ይችላል፣ መንግስትም ረሃብን እንደ ፖለቲካ መሳሪያ ይጠቀምበታል የሚለው ፒውር ፕሮፓጋንዳ ነው። በምንም መመዘኛ አልተረጋገጠም። የአደጋ መከላከል እና ዝግጁነት ኮሚሽን ባቀረባቸው መመዘኛዎች አንድ ከባቢ ላይ ከስንት ሰው ምን ያክል ሰው ሲሞት ምን ያክል ህፃን ሲሞቱ ረሃብ ፋሚሊ የሚባለው ይገባል ለሚባል ክራይቴሪያ ያሳለ ያን የሚያሟላ አንድም የተጨበጠ ዳታ የለም። በብዙ ወረዳዎች ምግብ እያደረስን ነው፣ እሱ ይቀጥላል። ነገር ግን ከዚህ ጋር የሚያያዘው ሐሳብ መላው ኢትዮጵያ ህዝብ እንዲገነዘብ የሚያስፈልገው 1977 በሰሜኑ ሀገራችን ክፍል ድርቅ ሲያጋጥም ያንን ድርቅ ጁንታውም ሌላውም ኃይል መጠቀም ያርጎታል። እስከ 1977 ድረስ ቲፒኤልኤፍ አንዲት ከተማ አንዲት ዞን የኔ የሚለው አልነበረውም። ጠንካራ የሚባል ውጊያም አድርጎ አያውቅም። የደርግ መንግስት ፈተና የነበረው እስከ 77 ድረስ የሻዕቢያ ወታደር የሚባለው እንጂ የወያኔ ወታደር ሄዴክ አልነበረም። ነገር ግን 77 ረሃቡ መጣ ሲባል የምናምን ኮሪደር ይከፈተው ሱዳን በኩል ተብሎ የደርግ መንግስት እንዲወርቅ የሚፈልጉ ኃይሎች በአካል ጭምር በረሃ ገብተው በስትራቴጂውም በስልጠናውም በሐሳቡም በገንዘቡም በትጥቁም አብረው ሆነው ከ77 በኋላ ነው ወያኔ ተጠናክሮ በ81 ሽሬን እንኳን መቋጠር የተቻለ
ድርቁን ተጠቅሞበታል ይላል
በደንብ።
ስለዚህ አሁንም ረሃብና ድርቅን የመጠቀም ፕሮፓጋንዳ ላይ ነው የሚለው።
አሁን ጁንታው ብቻ ሳይሆን የዛን ጊዜ ይሄን ሐሳብ አምጥተው ጁንታን አስታጥቀው ወያኔን አስታጥቀው የደርግ መንግስት እንዲወድቅ ያደረጉ ኃይሎች አዲስ ፈጠራ መፍጠር አልቻሉም። እዛው ነው የቆሙት። የዛሬ 30 40 ዓመት በሰሩት ታክቲክ አሁንም መልሶ መጠቀም ይፈልጋሉ። ይሄ መቼም አይሆንም። ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ አክሰስ